Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU, the mighty Mega Spammer! Happy to bring you some more Endless Space Pillagers playthrough goodness, because this playthrough so far has been going rather well with an interesting amount of battles and holy Toledo. Oh, those are just invasion ships. For a second I was worried that the Shredden somehow managed to make a powerful ginormous fleet that could wipe me out, but also invasion ships with no military power in terms of fighting in space, so I'm not too concerned. Now I do have two warlike ships already on Auriga. Problem is there are no much for the fleet that is coming my way to Auriga, so I'm not too sure if I'm going to do anything with those ships. I'll probably just leave them in the hangar. Now when we look at my death situation, you can see that I'm right now still gaining dust, but that's at the expense of industry to dust conversion on Auriga. I would love to lower the taxes to make sure that Pain actually is happy, and I might even considering doing that. Then again, Pain being happy, what does it really give me, honestly? I mean, it does increase its production by a little bit, but who cares about the production on Pain? I'm only ever going to be able to colonize nothing else on this system. I mean, at some point I will colonize the lava, but I'll prioritize colonizing the barren because of the Auriga planet, which is barren, obviously, and that's a separate research from lavas. They are on the same level of texture, but they are in separate places. So when I'll have to choose, I'll go for barren, thus prolonging the time it would take me to actually be able to colonize lavas, and thus making Pain even more useless than it actually already is. So yeah, I don't really care about the system being happy. I'm glad that I figured this out by myself without you shouting at me in the comments. So yeah, because it did that. And the cool thing just happened. I can actually reply to the comments. Not always. Sometimes I'm not allowed to reply to comments. Because of reasons, I guess? Even though they are comments on my own FN videos. And yet sometimes I'm just unable to reply to them. But at the very least, YouTube now tells me if there is a new comment on one of my videos. Sometimes, not always. The old system was way better because, yes, it was not always mentioning that you received a new comment. But it was, from what I noticed, much more reliable than the new one, and they just turned off the old one to force people to use the Google Plus FNBS, which I am using now, so whatever. I guess I shouldn't complain anymore, but I am not satisfied with this change. Whatever, let's not stop talking about depressive stuff. Let's start banning people, because this is what we do best. Now this fleet does have some kind of defenders that actually are using beams. Ooh, it's a good thing that my Sokis actually have armor and they have no shields, because I didn't expect to apparently meet anybody with shields. Oh, those are old Sokis. Okay, that would explain it. So yeah, I honestly did laugh quite a bit when in video number 1 everybody was like, by everybody I mean you, Stealthhawk, you are everybody to me. Oh wow, that was actually very emotional. Huh, I didn't know that I feel this way about Stealthhawk. Whatever. Anyway, I lost my track of thought because I was thinking about Stealthhawk. This does happen. I don't want you to feel to think badly of me, and well, I do not even know what I'm saying. What I was trying to say is I was just laughing because I already did make Sokis wear armor, except you didn't see that yet because the video wasn't live yet. And this is something you can expect in my future videos as well. I usually am going to record like 2 of them at a time, more or less, so that I have backups, which will be very important in my honest opinion. But regardless, still, it doesn't change a thing, because actually I do love it when you comment on my videos and give me suggestions, because sometimes I wouldn't realize that I'm making a dumb... what? Mistake? Sheridan feels so bad at me for winning this war. They didn't even select a battle card. I guess they were afraid I would counter them, but it's still kind of hilarious. And why did my Barbarian take damage? Oh, okay, my Soki also took damage. But the other Soki should also be taking damage instead of this Barbarian. Does it actually have more defense than my Soki? No, it doesn't, you liar. But anyway, I did lose a Barbarian because of this, which is slightly annoying, really annoying in fact. And now they want to retreat. A little bit late, Sheridan, a little bit late. Rate? Wow, I'm thinking about banks too much lately, I guess. Whatever. Thinking about all sorts of weird stuff. Stealthhawk, banks, what is going to happen next? Whatever. Now, what I could do is start besieging Merop. And this is exactly what I'm going to do. So this drastically lowers the approval on Merop. And unless things change it again, then Merop also has a lowered food income. Also, it does have lower dust and science income, but that's because I'm just besieging it. I'm not besieging it. How's it called? It's guarding it? Well, I was looking for a cooler name, but I guess game is also calling this guarding assistance, so whatever. So this alone does lower the enemy's gold and dust and science income, but this also lowers their approval and also their food. I'm not too sure about the food part, but I'm pretty certain I'm sure about. I'm not even sure what I'm saying. Whatever. Anyway, I gained a bunch of dust, which is actually good. This means that I will happily go for. Oh wow. 1 turn of non-dust production, because apparently I'm losing a ton of dust is if I'm not converting industry to set dust. As for other, I can actually, hold on a second, I should just rename it, because that's something I always do, and this would actually help me immensely. So first of all, I think, let's have a quick look. How are you growing, my dear puppy? Oh, you're not even exploited yet. Well, you will be soon. So because of low gravity, it does have bonus production. Because of dust water, it does have bonus food as well. So it doesn't really matter too much what I'm going to go for. Arid by itself also produces equal quantities of both food and production. So I think, because this is a red large planet and this system is filled with large planets, I'm gonna go for sustainable farms first and then follow it up with habitable refineries. As for the name for the system, what is this system all about? Well, there are 2 cold planets and 2 hot planets, so we're going to call this objection. I cannot make an explanation mark, but whatever. So the reason why I call it objection is because in the past I already named a system. How do you call it in English? Come on, something that Phoenix Wright points out all the time in his games. When there's a discrepancy detected about something, then when those things are not making sense and oh. Forget what I was just saying, we're going to watch yet again Pirates annihilating. Oh wait, Sheridan? What did they... Never mind, I was hoping Pirates would kill the Sheridan, but apparently Pirates have other things in mind for today. That's fine though, I do not mind this all that much. Let's continue besieging Merop. I'll probably make my fleet turn around in a few turns to continue scanning around and killing some other people. But for now I want to make sure that Merop is kinda secured and not growing too rapidly. Now, I'm still on the back of my head thinking about the word that I was looking for in English, but apparently I'm not going to be able to ever find it. That's fine though. Alright. Now, I'm probably, well, most definitely going to use a Hawk design for an invasion ship. And the invasion ship is going to be fairly straightforward. It's just going to have a lot of siege kinetics. Because I don't really have much, you know, choice in terms of what I can install to siege a system. I don't have access to troops, I do not have access to bombers, which have been horribly nerfed, and I honestly do not agree with this nerf. That was the only thing I didn't like in the Disharmony mod, and the only thing I did not like in for Auriga. The only thing. Everything else is awesome. This is one thing that is a little bit annoying. Alright. Name for this ship. Envy. That's Envy? Envy, like so. Oh, that's, you know, a show, that's Invasion, from Invasion. Wow, I cannot speak at all. Also, what I didn't show you before is that you can actually set off, how's it called? Rally points on your systems. So, for example, if I wanted to set up a rally point from Auriga to Pain, I would just be able to do that. And apparently now, wait, I'm not sure what I did. So that to there. Oh, like so. Wow, this is actually pretty cool. Now, it's not going to do a thing because this guy is just going to sit here and do nothing whatsoever. I just moved it out of his hangar because I want to make sure that he's not going to move because of the rally point. I'm not sure exactly how the rally point works, but, well, it's supposed to work fairly self-explanatory. It's just going to move your newly created ships immediately to a system that where you want those ships to move to, which is very helpful when you are in later stages of the game, as you might imagine. Alright, Pain is ready for some stuff, and I guess this will be just more dust, because dust is always something that I could have more of. So let's see. Now, Auriga is actually losing quite a bit of happiness for whatever reason, which is slightly annoying. It might be because of the pirates, so maybe you do lose happiness all just because somebody is orbiting a system. I need to get a better look at all the game mechanics, because I keep relayering them after new patches come out, but then I get a little bit confused. What's new, what's old, what is no longer valid, what is still valid. And I feel like I should educate you guys a little bit better, so yeah, I'll try to do that. Okay, this guy will be killed by pirates, and I will let him die by pirates, but I also want to kill those pirates, and those two ships are not going to cut it. Let's just be entirely frank about it. So let's move my guys like so over here. And Auriga, I could colonize a new planet over here, but this would cost me a 10, and I do need to continue converting industry to dust. Can I make you happy? More to the point, do I want to make this system happy? Not really, because it's not growing anyway right now. So yeah, stagnation is never good, but since we are already stagnating, we might as well get as much gold from it as we possibly can. In fact, I don't... well, yeah, let's make paint grow in 110. That's actually a pretty good idea. Alright, so that's it for this time. Not too much is happening so far, mostly because I'm obliterating Sharon is so badly right now. Oh, somebody spotted effing pirates on my whole... wow! My nest ship! You bastard! Wow. But do you see the amount of... wow. So, yeah, someone... you are at war, and by offering their services, they have chosen sides. Whether they realize it or not. Let them attack one of your enemies, regardless of who wins. It makes your life easier. So somebody had some kind of event. They chose helpful, which was not helpful at all. It made 2 large pirate fleets spawn on my home system. Because, you know, I didn't want this nest ship to exist anyway. I mean, why would I? It was a stupid nest ship. It might as well die, right, guys? You effing bastards. That's a lot of besiegers, by the way. It actually survived. I'm amazed. Wow, how did that happen? I have no idea, but my nest ship is still going to go down because of those pirates over here. And now more pirates coming. What is happening? My war with Sheridan is quite easy. I just obliterated them. But the pirates are way more threatening right now. Oh, wow. Sheridan started to invade Auriga. Have they? No, they haven't. They tried, but the pirates cleared them out for me. Alright, besiegers, they only have kinetics and some missiles as well. If that's the case, I will probably have to redesign Sokis a little bit so that they are better protected against this. Then again, they do have 2 flak and 1 shield, and I need defect against Shredden. Then again, Shredden are much less of a threat now, so I'll just do it like so, and then like so, and then I've got still some tonnage left, but not enough to go for something awesome. I could go for more armor. How easy would that be to go for more armor? I need 20 tonnage, and I need to sacrifice 5 more tonnage in order to get more armor. Yeah, but I'm not really willing to sacrifice anything, because 3 deflectors is not good enough. Everybody is using deflectors. I need this guy to be good enough to actually survive the deflector attack. I mean the kinetic attack. So I'm not quite willing to do this. I could resign from 1 more flag, but then again, you saw for yourself that those besiegers are using quite a bit of missiles. I could resign from the shields. Although the enemy... yeah, no, I'm sorry, but no. I want to go for more armor. I really cannot do this with my conscience still saying that it was a good idea. So you lower... I'm gonna lower my missiles to 3 flag defenses, 5 deflectors and 3 shields. That's good enough for a new Sulky. I don't think I'm going to have to start manufacturing them like crazy now because of reasons, and those reasons being pirates. Sulkies are quite... oh, yeah. That, I forgot about this. So there is a little problem. Yeah, and this problem being that I cannot make Sokis or any other good ships on Auriga because the system is besieged. It cannot actually benefit from my internal trade routes, so I cannot gain any of my titanium, which is necessary for both my weapons and my armor. So whoop-de-whoop-de-doo, I'm in a little bit of trouble. But Pain on itself is actually capable of making some ships with a decent production rate, though it's not the fastest, so I'm going to have to lower the taxes even further to make it happy, and now I'm losing a lot of dust, aren't I? Unfortunately, there isn't much I can do about it either, and so that's a little bit of a problem. I'm gonna sacrifice guys of refineries for Zinter's agencies. It's going to hurt me in the long run, but I need those agencies ASAP. I mean, I am going to gain quite a bit of dust by killing those pirates. Yeah, I am. Let's actually not go too far with objection. Stick to your path. You're going to do just fine. Now, off camera, I did select those 2 new research thingy of magics, technologies, I guess that's how they're called. So I've got them now. This one is particularly going to be useful for me later down the line because it will increase the experience, I guess this means for my ships, after I invade something, right? So Bushido does this for a few turns, and while in Bushido I'll gain some experience for each battle I am in. I do not even have to win this battle or destroy stuff. I just have to be in a battle, and this will enemy extra experience, which is nice. Not the best though, but it's still nice regardless. Now, what do I need next? I would love to get me some fighters and or bombers, since as a faction that is based off the Hishio affinity, I do gain some bonuses to flying little thingies, so that would be that. So I'm thinking about going for sort of fabrication. I do not have a hexaferrum discovered yet, so I wouldn't be able to benefit from high isotope plating, but high isotope slugs are nice. Then again, I'm using missiles anyway. I could skip that and go like so, just straight into bombers, and this would allow me to get more ships in my fleet, which is actually fairly nice. Afterwards, I think I'm going to go for what exactly? Applied Casimir effect could be useful. I mean, I do need to scout around a little bit more, but at the same time, I feel like I need more science. Science is the only thing I'm really bad at. I mean, fits, I'm fed when playing against AIs on Endless. This is quite a big achievement, but science, I'm 8th. And I need to change that quite badly, so I think I'm gonna rush non-bionic particles, which is going to help me quite a bit. I mean, it's a good upgrade. I didn't have a lot of Arctic heliums or whatnot colonized, but even then, it still gives me plus 15 science on the system, which is going to be a little bit of something, because right now, as you can see, I'm gaining 28 science per 10, so it's extra 15 per system is going to be quite significant, as you might imagine. Alright, and the 10, and the next 10 is going to be quite a bit crazy, because all of those pirates will be in Auriga trying to do some stuff to me, and oh, yeah, rally point. I forgot about that, because I didn't actually want to send this guy over here. Oh well, too bad now. I mean, too late now, not too bad, whatever. Okay, so there are 2 pirate fleets. They're not too scary. Those ones are the ones that I'm afraid of. But that's fine. You just says go over to Auriga. And if they survive, and hopefully they will, I'm going to happily... Wait a second, what did happen? Oh, my nest ship also appeared over here. That's a problem, but fortunately it was not attacked, so it's still all good. And it wasn't merged into my fleet while it was being attacked, so it's still good as well. Alright, defensive formation for sure, because Sokis have more. There's only 1 Soki left. Ooh. But it has the most HP, so let's go for default formation actually. This could benefit me quite a bit in the long run. Beams are going to be the bane of my life, but the enemy has no defenses, so I'm just gonna go for spread fire. And I'm thinking either short circuit or actually Adaptostary. Since I do not have any defenses against beams anyway. I mean, Soki might have, no it doesn't. So those guys are going, well, it does have defenses against kinetics, so this could be something, but I'm thinking about the strategy is a good idea. Then again, the enemy is in kinetics. I do have some defenses against kinetics, that's not a good idea. Let's go for short circuit. I could go for magnetic field. It feels like a good idea actually, but I want to make sure that I can hit the enemy. And my weapons are long-range weapons indeed, so I'm thinking that short circuit is going to do me quite well over here. Also, I can't stress enough how much I love Amplitude for making those timers in single player go finish instantly, because before you just had to wait for the timer to finish going, when there was no need for that to happen, because, you know, you're playing against AIs, it wasn't like, oh no, the timer has to be here, because otherwise the player will not respond to it or whatnot. No, it's not like this anymore, so I'm really liking it a lot. Alright, so the enemy did go for weapon overclock. I should have went for the defensive thingy, magnetic field. I feel like doing this, but I feel like it's a better idea to go for short circuit. Can you blame me though? Short circuit is such a good all-round to the card, and oh boy, Soki's dead already. I'm thinking I'm in a little bit of problem here, especially after the other pilots land. However, until that happens, I should be relatively okay-ish. Now, the enemy did destroy 2 of my ships. They're not going to be able to destroy any more of those, especially since I did counter them this time around. And my barbarians do have some deflectors, not a lot, but some. But that's still a little bit of a problem. Alright, I need to redesign barbarians so that they do have some flak defenses, okay? So that they're protected against those besiegers that are heading into Auriga. Other than that, there isn't much else I can do. I'll have to make Auriga make some more ships as in this stand, because I think I will be able to clear out the pirate threat on orbiting Auriga in this stand as well. So this will be that. And I actually countered the enemy twice in a row at the end, so that was kind of nice. I did lose 2 ships, which was not good, especially since the enemy attacked me again. Now I do have Bushido bonus, and it is increasing over and over and over again, which is nice, but even though the Bushido is in place, it is also not quite enough, because my ships have sustained heavy damage. And Nest ship! You freaking bastard! Middle finger to your face! Middle finger in your face, pirates, for making... for crying out loud. I know I clicked on move all fleets, that was my mistake, that's why this has happened, but still, this is such a BS. My nest is going to go down there, and I have no doubts about that whatsoever. The enemy is going to go for spread fire, nest is going to go down, and I'll lose a point of population, which is actually quite significant because this was also free colonization on a new planet on Auriga, which I needed to do quite badly. You stupid game, I love you so much, but sometimes I also hate you so much. Default formation because, yet again, nest might survive if I go for that. Spread fire, yes. Magnetic field, yes, yes again, and then let's go for short circuit. And then minimize this for a second so that I remember that I want to make sure that my barbarians have a little bit more flag defenses. Quite a bit more, because those besiegers will have a lot of missiles, but they only have missiles from what I remember, so those flags are going to be invaluable. As for Sulkies, well, you are good to go already, so that's that. Anyway, let's have this battle go on, and pray that the enemy didn't go for spread fire. The problem is, before set for Auriga Odin, the AI will just randomly pick one of the three, it's not formation, it's called targeting options, right? Randomly, one of the three, it will pick it out of random. Now it's actually smart, now it picks the best one for the situation, and I'm thinking that the enemy will go for spread fire, and this means that he will target my nest ship with a little bit of damage, I mean, with some of their weapons, but some of those weapons will be quite enough to destroy this nest ship, since it has literally no defenses whatsoever. I was obviously able to counter the enemy, which gives me a little bit more deflector efficiency, and makes sure that the enemy cannot deal extra damage with the weapon overclock. That said, I'm losing ships left and right. I'm considering actually retreating, but if I do retreat, then I'll have no more ships orbiting Auriga, and I do need some ships left on Auriga in order to fight the other threat. I'll put them in a hangar, obviously, but still I need them to be around here so that when I'm ready with my new auxiliary fleet, I'll be good to go. Barrier has been deployed, that's unexpected and slightly worrying, so this probably means that I should go for the strategy in the next turn. Nest ship, please don't die, also my other ships, please don't die either, because then I'll be in a lot of trouble. I do have missiles, those missiles will kill both of those pirates, hopefully, but I'm not entirely sure about that. Actually, no, don't retreat, don't! Whew, that was so close, I almost retreated by accident. Anyway, Barrier is going to go up in the next stand. The enemy did go for weapon overclock as well, but Barrier is going to give me some extra armor value, so maybe I'll be just barely able to survive. My nest ship has not been targeted just as of yet, so that's good. And the enemy pirate ship is destined to go down in this turn, because even though missiles are very inefficient in melee, there's so many of them that this guy has no right to survive unless I miss with every single one of those. But I didn't miss with every single one of those. They did kinda change the trajectory at the last possible second and destroy the pirate, which makes me rather excited. Alrighty then. That was close, I almost lost my entire fleet, but I'm still good to go. I probably earned a billion deaths from this, which is very good and very important. Alright, so first of all, let us colonize a new planet on Auriga, which is very important. Then you... First of all, I'm going to send those boys out there so I can retrofit them, and I do want to retrofit them quite badly. Auriga, retrofit every single one of those guys, thank you very much, and then repair. Can I repair? Oh boy, this is so expensive. Can I repair maybe you? No, 126 is needed, and I cannot actually, you know, sell something to gain dust. I'm pretty sure this is not possible. I mean, if I scrap those guys, then I will gain dust, but hold on a second, I don't have this guy. And I need just a little bit more dust to make this happen. 9 dust I will gain, so I have 123. How much do I need? Probably like 124. But let's have a quick look on Auriga. I need 126. F you game, right. Can I scrap anything else? I don't really want to scrap those guys. I mean, even this barbarian, he does have missiles, okay? So he'll die, but he'll find those missiles before he dies, and those missiles could be invaluable, so I'm not scrapping him just to repair the other barbarians. Thank you very much. So, no, I don't want to create anything. I want to disband this fleet, okay? And then in this turn, I want to make as many, first of all, I do want to go for alien graphing, but more importantly, I do want to make as many barbarians and Sulkies as humanly possible. So alien graphing, you are nice and all, but you're going to have to wait, since this is the only opportunity for me to actually make some ships while I still have the dust. Now, I spent a lot of this dust, but that's okay for now at the very least. So do that, and that's okay. I'm probably losing dust. Holy, I didn't expect to lose this much dust. Okay, well then that's unexpected, but that's still okay. One Sulky is being made on my home system. Okay then, the other one, it will not be needed. And also, rally points. I do not need this rally point, really. Not now, anyway. Alright, so that's that. How much just am I losing? 6, so I'll have 1 at the end of the 10, which is good enough for me. Let's do what I'm about to do. I'm not going to have any more production going on in this particular 10. Reason being, because then in the next 10 I will know that I need to queue up some more production. I think it's understandable to some degree at the very least. It's quite annoying though, because right now the Shonen are recovering their strengths and they're probably going to send a big fleet in my general direction relatively soon-ish, unless they're going to, I don't know. I really don't know what I was about to say. Anyway, I think that's that for the standing. Research has been queued up. There's nothing else for me to do but wait for the pirates to approach and start besieging Auriga. They do not have any siege modules, so they cannot actually take over Auriga, but they can lower my approval by a ton, which will be slightly annoying. Which apparently they're not doing just as of yet. Alright, that's good to know. Those guys are, however, so scary, it's unimaginable. Okay. So what can I do now? If I create those ships into a fleet, they will have more firepower, I mean military power than those pirates, but they also, some of those ships are very highly damaged, and I'm pretty sure I cannot repair them while they are still in docks. No, I cannot, which is slightly annoying. So I'm thinking about waiting a little bit longer, because how many ships can I have in a single fleet right now? 8. In 2 days I'll be able to have more than that. That's not really good enough. But this guy will actually sacrifice himself, okay? No, wait. Yes, he will. I'll send him in right now. He will die, but he will make one of those pirates with their 10 attacking, which means that the other one, which means that this one pirate that will attack my Soki will not be able to attack the fleet that I'll make come out of Auriga's hangars. So you just say, don't try to be a hero, just retreat, because that's all I need you to do. That's fine. I took like no damage because it was Soki that was retreating. There was no way. Well, actually, the enemy just has missiles, so they cannot hit me while I'm retreating. So this would explain some things. Am I recording even? Yes, I am. Alright. So this is going to be... This might be a bad decision on my part. Maybe I should just wait. But I'm not going to. Which might be really stupid of me. How many barbarians do I have? Let's think logically. I have 5 barbarians. They have quite a bit of firepower. The enemy has 12 ships, all with missiles though. No, I will not be stupid. I will retrofit my ships. I will retrofit the barbarians so that I can make them without the use of titanium. So I cannot use missiles, that's really annoying. I can use beams, however, which are quite effective in medium range, and that's what I'm going to take most likely. Yeah, let's do that. So let's get as many beams as humanly possible, and that is going to be that. Everything else requires some sort of resources which I'll not be able to gain access to on Auriga, so let's do it like so. 5 flag is quite nice in defending against those guys. I think that's a good ship against those pirates, yeah. So let's make some of those barbarians. Actually, hold on a second, I need dust. Oh boy, I need dust quite badly. Oh yeah, this is so bad. So, Auriga, I needed to make some barbarians, but at the same time I really need this dust. So for now, do nothing, just convert industry to dust, okay? Now I'm gaining quite a bit of dust, so let's make sure that... Actually, Auriga, well, it does need to be content at the very least, because it is actually growing now, and I want it to grow as fast as possible. It will be quite slow. Actually, you know what? I need as much dust as possible. I will be fine with it growing a little bit slower for now. That's okay. That's okay. So this will actually make me lose dust, because I'm converting industry into dust, and dust I'm converting less industry. And yeah, it is actually not helping at all. Never mind then. This setup with 25% taxes is the best one I could imagine at this point in time, apparently. So let's stick to it, end the 10, and end the videocast as well. I know, not too many battles, but there were some battles, and I need to upload it as soon as possible before it's tomorrow. So it was PANCZASU, the Mighty Mixed Power. If you somehow managed to enjoy my videocast, then holy Toledo more enemies. But anyway, leave a like, leave a comment, because I do enjoy reading them. Can I see what those enemies are? They are very big, but they will clear the pirates for me, which is very, very good indeed. That's what I would love to happen, because this is going to help me quite immensely. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you online.